So now, I think we are right on time. So I would like to now invite Buwaneka De Silva for the lightning speech, which will be starting right next. So thank you very much.
Straight after lunch. Hope everybody is active. Yeah, everybody seems to be active. Okay, let me actually start off this particular segment with asking a few questions, right? So, we interact with AI in our day-to-day life, right? From the smallest decision on our phones to everything else in terms of, yeah. No. Yeah. Small segues. Yeah. So we work with AI in our day-to-day life, right? So with the smallest decision to the very thing that we choose to eat, we make selections, right? What if you did know or did not know that these decisions were actually directed by AI and algorithms that were primarily built on some of these AI products? And that begs us to question this particular set of algorithms and AI products. Do we really trust them? How are they really working? Do we feel confident about the decisions that they make for us? And also, is it becoming our reality? Right? So, as humans, it is both a challenge and an opportunity for us to build AI products that we trust, right? So with that, my name is Buwaneka De Silva. I am your Atlassian community lead, enterprise agile coach and project manager. Today, I'll speak about how we can design AI products that humans actually trust. So we should be, okay, I'm going to use this. If you all want to get in touch with me, this is how you can do that. And yeah, human-centered design and calibrating trust. So this is something that we all, as humans, need to really understand. So putting people at the center of developing products is something that we have done for the last decades, right? Which one? Yep, yeah. We've done for the last decades, right? So by doing so, we've understood that things have actually progressed to solve human problems, right? AI coming into the picture has also assisted us to do these things in a very simpler and smooth manner with the introduction of things like ChatGPT and Gemini and so on and so forth. You would have seen a lot of AI-related products and tools coming to the picture to support your problems. So let's try to understand how we can do this in a more sustainable way, right? Yeah, so basically, to prioritize human-centered design alongside things like understanding human context, understanding human needs at the focal point of product management, I think will help us to overcome this skepticism and overtrust that we have in AI systems, where we believe that things things will work out, having overconfidence with the AI capability and the trust in the system, and the distrust, skepticism. Is this doing what we really need to do? Is this misusing our data? Is this really challenging the norms that we look at AI products? Do we really get what we need? So what we need to do is we need to come to a point where we have a calibrated trust. So before you design any AI, what you need to do is you need to understand, are you really sitting down to solve a human problem with the support of an AI product? Or are you really solving a system-to-system problem? Right? So with that, I'm going to proceed to the next point, which Kawal actually touched upon. Explainability, opening the black box. AIs, as we know, are not so transparent. We really don't understand what's under the hood, what's inside the AI, what's pulling the data from us, what's actually giving us a potential result, right? So as product managers, as innovators of this generation, what we need to do is we need to make sure that these are transparently put in a way that people really get, right? So, for instance, you could definitely say what you're collecting. If once you're building an AI product, you could definitely say what you're collecting, what you're processing, and what you're going to use to improve your algorithm and learn, right? You could also do things like keeping things very transparent on the way that this data is fed to source systems, right? With that, let me go into my third point, which is managing expectations and setting the stage for confidence, right? So basically, we need to define what the AI can do, right? Most of the time, what we do is we say, okay, the AI can do this, that. Some people go to the extent of saying we can replace people and our workforce and so on and so forth, right? Which could be a little bit of a situation where it's not actually a reality as of yet, right? So these inflated statements and these inflated ideas that we put into our AI products set next level, I think, product expectations, right? Which you will not be able to manage. And most of the time, you will definitely have issues explaining to your users and helping them understand you're not really solving a human problem, right? So the human-centered design aspect completely goes away the moment you don't set expectations and give the person who's using the AI system the trust and belief that their data is used in a way and fashion which is meant to be used, right? And finally, failure and accountability, designing for resilience. Just like anyone and any system, we need to be able to account failure and accountability, right? So as product managers, we used to do things like put out error messages, meaningful messages saying, okay, things are not really working. This is what's really not working. Very similarly, we could do the same with AI, right? If you're connecting data sources from all over your enterprise or organization, you need to be very careful with the way you do things. And you need to be accountable in the way and mean you use that data, right? So failure and accountability, being resilient as a product manager, understanding your context, and also making sure that you really get ahead of yourself and be ready for any of these scenarios and conditions, right? So all in all, right, to wrap things up, designing a trustworthy AI is not about just technology, right? It's about human connection. To build that trust, we must prioritize human-centered design. For calibrated trust, focus on explainability, manage expectations effectively, and design for failure and accountability. By embracing these principles, we can create AI solutions and products that are not only powerful, but also trust and embraced by humans, right? So, with that, I would like to leave you with a note. The future of AI is not about what it can do, but what we feel about it. Let's commit to designing AI products that builds bridges of trust, AI that empowers us, enhances our lives, and earns its rightful place as a valuable and reliable partner. So, with that, I'd like to conclude my session and hand over to Pumudi. You may also try out Atlassian Rovo and join our community. I'll be going into the depths of this during our virtual session. Please feel free to join and ask any questions with regards to working with AI products.
Thank you, Buwaneka. I would like to know if anybody has questions. We do have a bit of time, if so. Looks like no. I believe we haven't received any questions from the virtual team as well, right? But if you still want to ask any questions later on, the QR code will be placed so that you could scan the QR code and ask questions. Okay, thank you, Buwaneka. I would like to invite on stage for a little token of appreciation. And Lakshmi, if you could hand over the gift. Thank you, Buwaneka.
Thank you.